Peace, family. Hope everybody's having a great day, great evening, great weekend, whenever it is you're watching the video. Ultimately, I hope everybody's working towards self-healing, prosperity, and peace for themselves. And also the common goal of becoming wealthy, because riches are for everyone. So I got on here today because I had this book, right? The Science of Getting Rich. I just read this book in one day, and I'm gonna read this book almost every day, just for the simple fact that it's not very long of a book, and it's pretty interesting. Let's see, if you haven't read it, you should check it out. It's only 155 pages, but yeah, Science of Getting Rich. This book, to me now, it has shown me everything that I've gone through in my life up until this point was something that was real, and that I've unlocked the code myself to my greatness as it's still unfolding now. But it also, this book also speaks on how the world is now before it even became, because I believe this book was written, it was published in 1910. It's 2021. That's a long time. But like I said, if you read this book, man, it pretty much speaks on the future as the now is the future back then. And basically lets you know that, like I said, the riches are for everyone. Everyone is supposed to be rich. You know, everyone is supposed to be wealthy, but the bottom line of the whole thing is it's a mind state, and not everyone will grasp the concept of that. And once a person has become in that state of consciousness, then the way for you to continue to prosper is to be an example to those who don't have the wealth mindset or a rich mindset, I'll say it like that. People that have a poverty mindset. You're supposed to always keep positive, even when things aren't always going the way that they're supposed to. Anytime anything bad happens, you're not supposed to dwell on it. You're supposed to let it go and continue to live life. You should be thankful for everything, showing much gratitude for the things that you have, while continuing to have your eyes on the vision of what you see for yourself in the future. You know, we can't just automatically think that we're gonna get things like that with the blink of an eye if we don't move a certain way. But then on top of that, we can't just see those things inside of our heads. We have to put forth action. Well, of course, that's something that you should already know anyway. With every action comes with equal or opposite reaction or whatever. But all in all, the books is pretty much teaches you how to have the wealth mindset, or the mindset of prosperity. And it also tells you that you have to understand that there is not a limited supply of anything, and everything in life should be in abundance, and you should live a life of abundance. And because it's your birthright to live a life of abundance. It also speaks how, and I don't really like to really too much get into that part, but it speaks about how God, the universe, or the higher power, whatever the source is, they want to live through us, you know, by experiencing what wealth feels like, or what riches feels like, what it feels like to be your highest self. And the best way that you can contribute to the earth is by becoming the greatest version of yourself, so that you can be a reflection for others, because we all are a reflection of each other. It's just, like I said, with the mindset, once you gain that mindset, it's your duty to prepare yourself forward by bringing everything that you see within your mind for what it is that you want to be. You have to bring it towards you, and while bringing it towards you, you should be able to give off the same energy, which is your showing of appreciation by teaching and helping other people. You're supposed to give more to the person than they pay you for, if that makes sense to certain people. It's all in the book, man. Like I said, Science of Getting Rich. But yeah, like I said before, this book really, it just let me know everything that I've been going through throughout my journey of awakening, my journey of becoming one with self, my journey of becoming my greatest version, as I am still continuing to become the greatest version of myself. It lets me know that everything that's been happening has been, without a doubt, a reason, and it's really like this because it's supposed to be that way. And I found out that everything that I've been doing to keep myself straight by staying positive, not really having emotion like that, you know, feeling the emotion but letting the emotion go and not dwelling on certain things, still looking toward the future, knowing that I'm supposed to be doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing. This book let me know that I am not tripping. And it's just so crazy that that's how the universe works. You know, that's how the world works. That's how God works. Whatever it is that you want to call any of it, these things work like that when you get on a certain frequency and you gain a certain mind state. But none of that comes without growth, you know. That's why we have to continue to grow and seek pure guidance and not be around nothingness, because it's going to keep you in the state of nothing. And if there's anything positive about you, whenever you speak on it to a person that isn't as positive or doesn't think in the manner that you do, they're going to have it to where you argue with them. And then the book tells you whenever things like that happens, you should block all of that out and not even be around anything like that. If you hear any of that, you should get away from it, because it's going to send signals to the thought of yourself. And then, you know, thought form creates it creates reality unconsciously, and it's going to play on your conscience, and that's going to bring things further away from you, meaning that you're going to have to pretty much redirect your thoughts back to the positive. So, I mean, it goes on throughout life, period, you know. But I really didn't have too much to say other than that. You know, we got to just stay on the positive path, stay in the positive light, no matter how things go for you. Just understand that certain things are done in a manner to keep you away from what you think you want, as opposed to bringing you what you really need. You know, as long as you keep the positive vision of the life that you want and you work toward that life, you know, you do things in the right manner, and you carry yourself a certain way. Like, you carry yourself as if you're there, but you don't carry yourself as if you're in the future, because the only thing that we live for or have the ability to live for is the now. So if you live now as if you are in the future will come to you. And then by the time the future comes, you'll already be in the now with the future, if that makes sense to you. I feel like sometimes I'm whacked out. Not really, but I do kind of feel, because a lot of people don't understand these things, and it's just fascinating to me because this book has the exact mentality of the way that I think, and I've never in my life ever seen this book until, I can't remember when I heard of that book. It was a few months ago. But anyway, I got the book and I've had it for like a month maybe. I've been on the road, so I haven't really been reading anything, and it was at my house, and I decided to grab it. Something told me to grab it, and I read this book in a day. This book tells everything about my life currently, of how I carry myself, how I show gratitude, how I am the person that I am. And this book, it's talking about me. I don't know if y'all heard it or not. I'm still in the hotel, but Yeah, it's talking about me, but it's not just talking about me, because if it was just talking about me, that means it would be limited, and it's not limited. Nothing is limited. Everything is abundant, and you have to know that life is limitless, and the way to live a full, happy life is to have all of the riches that are owed to you. Meaning that anybody can get into the form and thought of their mind that they're supposed to claim whichever riches are for them, and then work towards getting those riches by growing. You have to grow. You have to gain more knowledge. You have to read books. You have to set aside time for you to be able to study. Whatever it is that you're gifted at, whether it's a talent or if you're just good at doing certain things, you have to work on that and continue to work on that in order for you to prosper as the higher person that you're supposed to be, and live in that state, live in the God conscious or whatever. Yeah, like, if you don't read, if you don't research, if you don't do any type of studying, period, you never get the full potential of your life cast upon you. You know what I'm saying? And that's partially part of the reason that we're here. Everybody's here for a certain reason, but we are all here for the same reason, which is to experience that of what a rich life is. And a rich life is full of love, compassion, just unlimited power to do whatever it is that you want. Like, not in a competitive state, but in a creative state, you know, not worrying about anybody else. Your own competition should be you. That should be your only competition, period. Because if not, you're gonna end up running yourself in the ground because you're trying to compete with somebody that's not even worried about you. And that's where the best form of riches come from, because you're not in competition. But once you're in competition, you always have to continue to try to feel like you have to outdo somebody by doing a certain thing. And realistically, that's not it, because you end up killing yourself. You know why? You'll be too stressed out. You'll be too stressed out thinking that you got to one up somebody all the time, every year, every 2 years, every 5 years, or whatever the case may be. As long as you think and know that you have the potential to be the person that you want to be, and you see yourself as that person in your mind, you keep that thought in your mind, and every time that you're doing anything that you're doing throughout the day, especially when something negative comes up, remember the thought in your mind of yourself, and you keep that as the foundation of why you do the things that you do, and it will undoubtedly propel you forward into that person that you see in the future, with everything that you see yourself having. Not to forget that you have to have faith and purpose behind it. You can't just, oh, I just want to do this, and not have any type of faith or purpose or all-knowing behind it, because you will feel it regardless of anything. So like I said, you have to get in the mind state. But other than that, I think this is an overall great book. It's like I said, it's only 155 pages. I haven't started reading it again today, but I will read it at some point in time throughout the day. And I'm gonna keep reading it for about as long as I can, because it does nothing but continue to put me in the same mind state that I've already been in. But it brings me to more realization of purpose, with my purpose, where I know my purpose is supposed to be, and that I'm not doing anything that I'm not supposed to be doing. And that's the reason that I'm gaining all of the things that I've been gaining throughout my journey. And yeah, I have other books like these, but this is the one. I think it's a great read. Like I said, if you haven't read it, check it out. It's called The Science of Getting Rich. I mean, if you don't want to be rich, that's fine, but that's not realistic, because everybody wants to be rich. But anyway, yeah, get this book, check it out. Let me know what you think about it. If you've already read this book, drop down in the comment section how you feel this book either changed your life, or if it is a good book to have in your collection. Other than that, man, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, comment on this video, check out my other videos. Make sure you turn on the post notification bell so you'll know and be notified whenever I drop my content. And always have love, peace, prosperity, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Till next time, peace.